Welcome to this week's edition of the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. Go for good times, go for GoMart. With me, I have head track and field coach Dan Meyers. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Jagger, thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, you had a record-breaking weekend at Marshall over this past weekend. Natalie Barr broke the school record at the 800. Nick Pitchford broke the 1 mile record and the 800-mile record, or 800-meter record, which was 13 years old. Patrick Riley crushed his own 5K school record. He had 28 total personal best. Just your thoughts overall on the weekend.
Yeah, honestly, just kind of a surreal weekend. I was talking to Coach Skiles Saturday night, and we broke down some barriers that I just never thought were possible. When I got here, and I'll touch on the school records, but just awesome. I told the team we needed a good day in a bad way when we started out Saturday, and Friday, we still had some. Janae Scott had a PR in the weight throw. Bridget Knapp had a season best in the high jump. Just some good stuff happened Friday night that led some momentum into Saturday, and even some athletes that might not be qualifying for the MECs to go out there and just compete really no reason for them to have high hopes going into it, knowing that their marks were pretty far off, to still come out and compete at their best. As a coach, it's what you love to see, and just some of those distance events on Saturday were awesome. Nick and Pat, those are guys that could have ran at, Marshall if, they had some opportunities, and just see them compete against guys from Ohio and Marshall and go toe-to-toe with them was awesome. And, before this year, we never had anyone go under 4:25 in the mile. And for Nick to run 4:13 as a freshman, to put themselves in the mix with some elite runners in the conference was huge. And then 2 hours later to come back and break a 13-year-old school record in the 800, to put himself third in the conference. It's going to be a tough double for him at conference, but I know he's ready for it, and he races like a veteran. Him and Pat and Natalie and Jenna had a big mile PR. She needed it. It got her into 16th into the conference. So, there was just some really good stuff that happened, and, just really, really proud of the group. Just a quick shout out, BJ Utt, who's been with me for 5 years. He competed in his last ever race for us, and he broke down a barrier he's been chasing for 4 years. And it's guys like him that, we wouldn't be where we're at without him. And, he's been a great mentor for some of the younger runners. And Charlie Bauman, Jake Bauman had some awesome PRs in the shot put, and to see two brothers go out there and battle and be two of our top shot guys, it's been awesome to watch. And Braden Hashman Diggy, he had improved his hurdle mark by 0.10. So overall, there's nothing to be upset of with the day. Dylan Blackshire came into the meet with a lifetime outdoor PR of 201.8, a season PR of 204, and to go 157 in a hot heat. It was pretty surreal. I've never seen someone PR in a half mile race that much. And Natalie, that 215 we've been chasing for a while, and she was in a hot heat and battled with a lot of Division I girls. So, just a great day. 28 personal best, 4 season best, 4 school records. It was the momentum we needed heading into this weekend for sure.
And you mentioned that coming into this weekend. How big was it to have this type of weekend before the conference meet?
Yeah, we kind of waited to the last moment last year too to get some of these marks down, and looking at the performance list, Pat needed to run what he ran. He's 15th in the 5K, and it's one of the fastest years amongst those distance events. And honestly, in a lot of events across the board, the conference is getting stronger, and it's just a testament to what the coaches and the athletes in our conference are doing. And every year we get a better product. But yeah, some of the performances I still haven't soaked in yet, but I need to, and we need to reset our focus for 6 days headed back down to Marshall.
And you mentioned Marshall. It's the second time you've raced there this year. You'll be there for a third time this coming weekend for the MEC Championships. What's a successful conference meet look like to you?
Our men have an uphill battle. Men have an uphill battle with what Nick did this weekend. It's going to definitely help. Our women are kind of in the middle of the mix. I think that when we have our team meeting at the end of Monday before the awards session, basically I want to look at it as, we're closer than we were. We're closer than we were. And with adding, a point park to the conference, the points have spread out a great amount. And with some teams kind of specializing in certain events that, we might not be where we need to be place-wise, but in terms of being 30 points out, I think that's going to be an obtainable goal to work to the upper half of the conference. And I imagine, just getting some people on the podium and just going out there and competing our best, representing Glenville with pride. There's just some people on our team that had some awesome opportunities to go other places, and they chose to come here. And, I can never thank them enough for that. And I think this group's going to get something really, really special started here in the future.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on today, and good luck this weekend.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. With me, I have head wrestling coach Dylan Cottrell. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, happy to be back.
All right, Coach, this past week you beat Frostburg State 35-14 in a duel over there in Frostburg. You won 7 out of the 10 matches. Gabe Honorado returned to lineup after missing some time due to an injury, and Kyle Hallman once again wrestled up to 197, got a tech fall. Just your thoughts on how the duel went.
Yeah, I think it was good. Good result. That gym is kind of eerily quiet, even with people in it. So It was like a weird environment to kind of wrestle in. You could hear every creak in the floor and all that. But I thought, the guys wrestled well. We had 5 matches before it too that were some backups, and I thought that they wrestled really well in their matches. At 74, Zach probably wrestled their best wrestler, and he had some really good positions. He just has to continue to be able to wrestle for 7 minutes. He does a lot of really good things and quick strikes, and then he'll kind of go out there on his own for a little bit, and some points will get racked up on him, and so he's gonna drop down to 65, and we got some wrestle offs today at 65 with 3 guys, and then some wrestle offs today at 33 with 3 guys, and we're gonna try to kind of finalize our rosters up for regionals, and and then give everybody a chance. All of our seniors next week to wrestle on senior night. So it's a good time right now. We're in a hard training phase and getting our guys really ready for that regional tournament this week, and then next week we'll taper, feel really good, and then go up to Tiffin and hopefully bring back a regional title and take 10 to the NCAA tournament.
And then you mentioned senior night. You're going to honor 11 seniors on Friday night against Salem and Davis and Elgins. What's your expectations, game plan, for this last duel of the regular season?
Mostly just to let our guys stay in the routine, right? A lot of teams, they're done this weekend, right? And they do 2 weeks off. And I get it, right? Like, don't get me wrong, the what if an injury, but like if we're wrestling like that, right, or thinking like that, that's the whole season, right? I want to keep our guys doing the same thing that we've been doing, and we wrestle, right? And it's paid off for us before in the regional week. And it's going to again, right? And so, we're going to wrestle. We're going to get our starters at least 1 match, right? Probably 1, depending on who it is, maybe 2. And then we're going to give those seniors a chance to wrestle, right? Whether they're one of the starters, right? They'll definitely get 1, or a guy who is a backup and getting to wrestle their last match in the Waco Center and hopefully get a win. So that's pretty cool. I'm really, really excited more so for those guys, right? Some of the guys who have been big parts of this team for 4 years. They've been here with me through the whole program growing. And maybe it's just, didn't work out for them that this year they were going to be a starter on their senior year, but they get to go out there and kind of finish it off the right way, or at least get the opportunity to finish it off the right way. So I'm really excited for those guys, guys like Brady Lehman, Devin Easton, Devin Galding, guys like that. Who, they've been here, right? They've been here for 4 years. They've been a big part of what this program meant, and the culture, and just great people overall for our program. So I'm really excited for them to get out there and get to wrestle on senior night.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on today, and good luck this week.
Appreciate it.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. With me now, I have head men's basketball coach Bob Bolen. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Thank you, Jagger.
All right, Coach, you had a big week. You went 2-0. You started out at D&E on Wednesday, won 76-69. The freshmen shined. You had Maxwell finished with 23 points. Don Colon Lewis had 18. Just your thoughts on the win and being able to secure a season sweep against D&E.
Oh, that was big for our program. Mm-hmm. They swept us last year, and we were able to return the favor this year. And those 2 freshmen had huge games. Both of them were very efficient. Amar was 8 for 11, and Donnie also contributed 8 defensive rebounds. And they made big plays down the stretch, and just couldn't have been more happy with their performance.
And then you moved on to Wesleyan on Saturday. It was a thriller, 92-90 overtime win. You got another 23-point performance from Amar Maxwell. Devin Collins added 23. Kinzer had 21. You shot nearly 50% from the field and three once again. You trailed by as much as 16. Just what did you like out of your guys in the win?
Just how they came out the second half. Didn't play very well the first half. And for Wesleyan to be where they're ranked, I mean, they've had so many close games.
Yeah, they're really good for the record that they have.
Yeah, they played Concord to a 2-point game, had the same shot at the buzzer to win it in regulation that they had against us. And they made the one against us and sent it to overtime. But, I just thought being down 16 and able to come back right at the beginning of the second half. And, we actually took the lead at the 13-minute mark after being down 16. So we came out, we were very efficient to start the second half, and then we were able to get multiple stops in a row defensively, and that kind of shifted the momentum to our favor. And I was just really proud of the way the guys hung in there and fought. And then a lot of times when your opponent hits a buzzer beater to send it in overtime, you come over to the bench dejected and down. And our guys came over there, got their composure right back and scored the first 8 in overtime. So I thought that was big.
Excuse me, Coach. And then now you move into this coming week. You won 4 in a row, but it's not going to be easy this week. You got West Liberty, who's a top 10 team in the country, on the road. You hung with them earlier in the year, only lost by 7, and they converted there late in the game. It's a tough place to play. They're 53-3 in the last 4 seasons at home, and right now they're on a 9-game winning streak. What kind of difficulties does it present? Not just facing them, but now you got to go there and play them at their place, which always has a really good crowd.
Yeah, I never looked at those numbers, Jagger. Thanks for reminding me. 53-3. Yeah, they're a solid program, and we feel that we're getting better. And I really respect them. They play so hard. They're so well coached. But Concord went up there and beat them.
Yep.
And we just have to go up there and not let that pressure get to us, which it didn't too bad here at Glenville. And we just have to keep playing. You have to play through stretches where they have those runs, and they're so good at it. And when they get steals, they just get even more hyper defensively. And you got to keep a level head. You can't fall apart. And I think we have the players to do that. And we're going to come prepared to play. You can guarantee that. And we have 2 full days to get ready, and have a lot of respect for them. But obviously, we're going up there to win the game.
And then, Coach, you'll close out the week at Wheeling or at home against Wheeling on Saturday for Senior Day. But we appreciate you coming on today, and good luck this week.
Okay, thank you, Jagger.
Get ready to hit the road with GoMart. Each month, we're featuring a special item to fuel your journey and score you bonus reward points in our Road to Rewards promotion. Each purchase earns you a token, so load up and keep cruising toward big rewards. Plus, the top 25 token earners each month will receive 5,000 additional bonus reward points. Check the GoMart app to see this month's featured item. And as always, earn additional savings on products store-wide with reward member exclusives. Go to GoMart.com for more details.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. With me, I've had acrobatics and tumbling coach Taylor Broadwater. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, this past week, you didn't compete, but you got some conference and national love from your meet at West Liberty. Savannah Duckworth and Paige Szymanski were MEC Athlete and Specialist of the Week, while Szymanski and Aubrey Ward were NCATA Honorable Mention Specialist and Freshman of the Week. How was that to see your girls already get to that, that kind of recognition this early on?
I think that was a big confidence booster for them. Definitely 3 very deserving athletes right there. They work hard every single day at practice. There's not really much that I can ask of them that they're going to look at me and say, "Ooh, I don't know, Coach." It's more like, "Yes, ma'am, I'll get it done." So definitely 3 very deserving athletes, but I do feel that kind of helped the whole team and just set the tone for what we can make happen this year.
And then you haven't competed in over a week now, so do you feel that your team took advantage of this time to clean up some things that maybe needed cleaned up after the West Lib Fairmont meet?
Yeah, I definitely think that we kind of fine-tune some things per se. We've done a lot of different things just in the last week. So I'm excited to see what kind of pans out on Wednesday, but I do feel that they really kind of worked hard and did the things that we needed to do to feel like we're going in against a very strong team with Frostburg in a good position.
And now moving into this week, you got number 9 Frostburg and Wheeling. Wheeling's kind of experiencing those first year growing pains. Frostburg started out 2-0 with the tri-meet win over Kutztown and West Virginia State. What have you seen out of the Bobcats and the Cardinals thus far?
I definitely feel like Frostburg, again, is a very strong team, so we definitely have to be on our A game. They've proven that year after year, and we'd love to go against them and just put up a fight. I think that Wheeling as a first-year program is doing very well, so I'm proud of them for that, and I just want our girls to go out on Wednesday and be confident and execute what we know how to do to see where we fall with a nationally ranked program.
And it's kind of hard not to, see the scores. When you look at it, you guys scored over 244 points, while Frostburg only had over 231 this past weekend. So in Acro, it's a pretty sizable difference. So how do you keep your girls composed and not pay attention to that and just focus on more on what they need to do?
I talk about scores all the time with the girls, and obviously I tell them we need to control what we can control, and we cannot control the judging. And obviously we had a different set of judges that were at our meet versus what Frostburg just saw at their meet. So I told the girls, scores aside, execution is what matters. And at the end of the day, I need you guys to put on the floor what I know you're capable of, and then see how the cards fall with the same set of judges.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on today, and good luck this week.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. With me now, I have head softball coach Sara Scoone. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, it's been 2 weeks since you last played. What's that time been like? Have you been able to fix some things that you saw in that open weekend that needed tweaked? Just what's that been like?
Oh, we've been working our butts off, to say it slightly. Yeah, we've been working hard. There's a lot of things that we've been honing in on, very particular things. I don't want to put that out on the podcast. But, yeah, pitching's looking good, hitting's looking good. We're being aggressive. We're working on our short game. It's what we love. And defense is looking very good when it comes to communication.
And then now coming in this weekend, you'll finally be back on the diamond. It's 4 games against 4 different opponents who happen to be all regional opponents. Just what are your expectations, with this many games in a weekend?
All expectations always come down to do whatever you can to win. Our thing this year is win regardless. Maybe it's sloppy, maybe it's perfect. You never know, but just find a way to win at the end of the game. I do want to see pitching kind of hone in, less walks, please, less walks, less walks. That's one of the goals for the pitchers. Hitters, I want them to be aggressive. I want them to, apply situational hitting. Let's not take that outside pitch. Let's drive that outside pitch. Let's move that runner. Let's do our short game. Let's execute, and let's just have a lot of communication on defense.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on today, and good luck this week.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. With me now, I've had women's basketball coach Emily Stoller. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
All right, Coach, you went 1-1 last week. Started out the week with a 91-56 win at Davidson Elkins. You led by 12 at halftime, but you had a 57-point second half to really pull away. Just your thoughts on the win.
Yeah, I think we struggled a little bit there early on trying to find our flow there, especially in the second quarter offensively. And obviously, as a coaching staff, we're at that part of the year where we're trying to figure out, what adjustments work and what adjustments don't work heading into tournament play. And I think, that was just a small picture of, in the second quarter of just, not having the right adjustment at the time being. And going into the locker room at halftime, I think we were able to put our thoughts together and come up with that to lead us into the third and fourth quarter. Obviously, we had a lot more rhythm and a lot more flow.
And then now moving into Saturday, you lost 83-73 to West Virginia Wesleyan. You led until late. Wesleyan really got it going in the fourth quarter. I think they scored 31 points in the fourth. Just your thoughts on that game.
Yeah, winter homecoming, really big day here at the Waco Center. We had a really good crowd. Our kids were excited to play. We got Wesleyan at Wesleyan, so they came in knowing that they needed to get the one against us, on Saturday. I think we played them real hard for the majority of the game there with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. It's a 3-point game, a 1-possession game, and we just sort of make a few mental mistakes and give possessions away where we couldn't afford to give possessions away. That as well as we get out rebounded and outworked on the board, so that too plays into the loss. Just looking to build off of that. Heading into West Liberty this week. And
you mentioned West Liberty. You'll play at West Liberty, and you'll have Wheeling at home on Saturday. First, just overall, these 2 teams you've already beaten this year. What do you want to see out of your girls as you look to bounce back this week? I mean, we're four games left in the season, so what do you want to see?
Yeah, I think that kind of sums it up there. We've 2 weeks of the year left. I think, if you look and into our record and all of our losses. There's a lesson to be learned from each one of the losses. Obviously we don't start the year off hoping that we lose games, but as a coach, game by game and contest after contest, you're hoping that there's something that you can grab onto to teach your girls, and whether that's at any level too, to what you can teach, moving on from a loss is real significant, especially, at the time and the point in the season that we are in now. It's crucial. You learn the lessons and you move forward and you grow from that, and you see, the wins come and into play here and in the postseason. And, I'm excited. I'm really excited because I think we have learned a lot through a lot of our losses here, and especially late. Again, they're real top teams. Our conference is real competitive this year as it was last year. I think it's taken a real big step up, and all credit to the conference this year with the talent across the board. But I think just taking a piece by piece, and learning from each loss is significant. So that's kind of where we're at this point in the season, heading into postseason.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on today, and good luck this week.
Thanks for having me on.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pioneer Coaches Show presented by GoMart. With me, I have head baseball coach Jimmy Mullins. Coach, thanks for being here today.
No problem. How's it going?
Pretty good. This past weekend, Coach, you went 2-1. You got the first series of the season. You beat Clarion 7-3 on opening day. You lost 6-3 in extras in game 2, and then closed out the series with a 3-1 win. In that game 1, you got 4 innings from Austin Korn, another 4 from Landis out of the pen, which was really good to see. And then Bayer and Menson started off the year, right where they left off. Colby Guy had a 2-for-4 day in his Pioneer debut. It was a really good day. Just what do you think of your guys on that opening day?
I was really proud of our guys for the way they competed, and we've had a lot of younger guys in there playing as well. Had some situations where now we got an outfielder playing the middle infield. It was a crazy week with trying to get the clocks in here, things like that. So, number one, I just want to really credit and highlight our coaching staff. Zach Bacon, who's a player here, he's our assistant coach. He runs pretty much all our hitting stuff. And when we do these group practices and I got things going on, I mean, he really takes care of them and does. He's the day-to-day in the bunker with them. And, I really thought that our hitters came out prepared. We didn't make, the adjustments early on the one guy, but, they competed in the box. We didn't chase things. We didn't chase pitches out of the zone. They were ready to go, and that's credit to Bacon. We got Luke Patrice, who also played here, and he coaches our outfielders, and our outfielders were throwing to the right bags, playing balls off the wall, first time outside, really seeing balls off the bat. Sometimes I think it's an excuse saying first time outside, but there is a little bit to it as an outfielder because you're getting reads off the bat. It's cold, different kind of conditions, and they played phenomenal out there. And he's also our first base coach and does stuff around, day-to-day for us. It was so special having both of those guys who are alumni here, who want to continue to be a part of the program and help our guys, and just fantastic. And I told them both it was my favorite win all time here as the coach, because I had both of those guys with me, and I really meant that. And then we have Colin Bryant, who he pitched at West Virginia State University and had a great career, and he's been working with our pitching staff as well. And really, really happy having him here. I think he brings a little bit of toughness to our guys. And, blue-collar toughness is kind of part of what we're always trying to preach on and be. So I really was proud of our staff for getting our guys prepared to play. Corn gave us a great outing. And all of our starters went deeper into games and had a good pitch counts. And I was really proud of that. They threw a lot of first pitch strikes. They threw a lot of 2 out of the first 3 pitch for strikes, which is a recipe for success. Had a bunch of ground balls. I think we turned 6 or 7 double plays in the whole series, and that's what an outfielder playing the middle infield. Just really happy with all that. We got down a few times, battled back, and we always talk about it doesn't matter what happens during the game. It's over. You got to get to the next one, and we can still win games when we're down. And I really, our guys believe that. So if we get down early or something happens wrong, we get to the next pitch really well, and that helps us. So I was just overall really happy with all our guys.
Yeah, and on that day, too, you trailed 2-0 late. You came back. They ended up scoring, I believe it was 4 in the 8th inning, 1. But then in game 2, you're tied late. Colby Guy hits that moonshot to right field to seal the win. What did you think of how your guys bounced back after losing in game 2? Because a lot of the times, that can let you down a little bit. So what did you think about them bouncing back?
Yeah, so that game 2, Cole Grady came out with another good outing, and I think he won 4 or 5 games last year as a freshman. So glad to have him return. He had a great start, pitched really well. We turned a bunch of double plays again in that game. Our outfield played well, and we just couldn't get to Schaefer, and he's beat us 3 times now in 2 years. So he spins it. He throws sliders to both sides of the plate. Fills up with the fastball. Not a whole lot of velo, but it runs a little bit, and just made it tough on us. But it was a great baseball game. We got into that 8th inning, and we went with Chu, who's a submarine guy. A lot of their guys were flat batters and kind of hand pushers, and he got 2 strikeouts and a walk. His first 3 batters he faced, so it's 2 outs right there. I feel like he did his job really well. Ended up with a runner at second. He picks him off, which would end the inning. We didn't play catch the way we should have to get the guy out there, and just extended the inning. So, Chu, his first outing there as a submarine guy, he came in and he did his job. And we matched him up well with their swing types, and it worked. But, we just didn't get it done defensively there. And so we came in, had the switch hitter on deck. So we brought in Ty Walton, left-handed guy, so we could flip him over, Snyder, flip him over right-handed, and hasn't hit right-handed all day. So he was sitting there tracking pitches left-handed. So kind of a pressure situation, see if we could flip him over right-handed and throw Walton's breaking balls at him. And, it didn't work out. He hit the grand slam. So it's just kind of part of the game, you know. So I like the matchups that we ran out there with. Chu did his job. Unfortunately, those 4 runs are on him because he did have those 2 walks in there. But like I said, he faced 3 batters, struck out 2 of them right there, and we should be able to get out of that inning. And Walton, he threw a first pitch strike and the guy hit it out. It was my choice to flip the guy around right-handed, because Chu doesn't face lefties as well as he does righties. So I'd rather have Walton flipping the guy around right-handed than Chu facing a left-handed batter. So, but again, it didn't work out. That's just part of baseball. We move on. I still trust in my guys. We'll put them in the same situations and go. We came back in the bottom of that inning and we scored, which shows that, we're always going to punch back. We always believe that we can come back. So, and then there in the last game, I kind of just really appreciated the fact that, our guys felt like they got away with one there. And, we're just not okay with winning a game over the weekend or 2 games. Like, we want to win the series. So if we win a series every weekend of the year, I'll be happy. So we came out and Farmer started that game 3. Really filled the zone up. His slider was really good. He threw a good amount of pitches and gave us a chance to win. And Colby Guy hit a huge home run over the scoreboard there for his first home run as a Pioneer. Our guys were going crazy. It was a lot of fun, and it just really feels like, baseball's back. Our guys have a lot of fun. So if you haven't come out to see us play, it's exciting. And you'll see good attitude. You'll see good effort. We're going to hustle. It's going to be blue collar. We're going to represent our community the right way. And you can believe when we get punched, we're going to punch back.
And those who want to watch will get another chance to watch Pioneers this weekend. You have Lock Haven at home. They opened the season with a sweep over Virginia State. They're 4-0. Just what have you seen out of them so far?
Yeah, so Coach Smoke up at Lock Haven is a great dude, and he's always going to get his guys playing well. Their blue-collar mentality as well. They're going to do all the little things right. We're going to keep checking on the weather to see if it's going to be a Saturday-Sunday thing or a Sunday-Monday thing. But now we got 4 games, so it's going to be more innings, more opportunity for more arms to get in the game, and just really looking forward to that. We always, again, talk about the opponent as a nameless, faceless entity. It just shows us how well we've prepared. We're going to play against the baseball and do the little things, keep adding to the things we're doing right, and we'll see what happens.
All right, Coach. We appreciate you coming on today, and good luck this week.
Thanks, man.